Yeah! What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome to another episode of the Intrigue Dynamite live stream. What's going on, guys? So before we really get into it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, I'm really trying to get this thing figured out here, get this live stream thing kind of worked out. You know, I don't really have all the fancy background. So right now, y'all are witnessing my thinking room. This is the room, you know, that I do my creativity in. Okay. So listen, this subject matter, you're probably looking at that and be like, what? Who is this? Who's this Florida Evans? Who's this James Evans character? Well, you know, guys, if you're from the era of 19 something to something, you probably have heard of this. Now, we'll get into that. But what I really want to tackle, what brings this up? What makes me say the wisdom from this black TV couple? Check it out. It is no secret that many cultures outside of the black community, you know, they get a lot of their cues about black culture from media and music. Now, ask any black person that has encountered someone from another culture whether or not they've experienced being questioned about certain stereotypes, you know, pertaining to black people that someone has seen on TV. And you'll see that it is quite common for black people to find themselves in a deposition of sorts, you know? So,
Do you guys like watermelon? Huh? Well, what is FBA? Hey, I hear you guys like chicken.
I have chicken pox.
Does that turn you on? Huh?
No thanks, Bumpy Becky. Keep your lumps to yourself. You see, but black Americans even find themselves answering cultural questions from other black people who are from an immigrant background. You know, I used to have some Nigerian customers, and they would ask questions. Like, wow, you guys thugs. I don't know, what do you ask me questions like, why do you wear deodorant? You know, I mean, just so, you know, and the list goes on. Now, in recent times, black Americans have been able to deduce the culprit behind much of this cultural cluelessness and misinformation. Black people in their awakened state have been able to trace it back to the media. You know? So in 1954, the Johnson Publishing Company financed a film purporting to have figured black people out, you know? Now, the name of this film was called The Secret Selling of the Negro. The Secret Selling of the Negro. Let's see if I can show you a little bit of that. Oh, yeah. Hold on. This right here. Oh, yeah. The Secret Selling of the Negro. Yes, exactly. Back to my talking. Now, in this film, or in this video, black people are apparently studied like some sort of National Geographic creatures, and their psychology has been boiled down to a universal mindset, which can, you know, then be studied and taken advantage of in order to depart them of their finances while selling them all manners of nonsense. Yeah! Now, this probably was not the first attempt from those of the more Caucasian persuasion at framing black society as a definitive entity, you know? But it wouldn't be the last time either, you know? Now, because speaking of selling the Negro in a film, there was also the selling of the Negro narrative on television. Oh, yeah. In 1974, a guy by the name of Norman Lear. Let's see if I can find a picture of Norman. 1 second here. Good old Norman Lear. Oh, bear with me. Norman Lear. This is Norman Lear. Okay. This guy right here. This is Norman Lear. Just as long as we get that in our minds. Oh, yeah. In 1974, Norman Lear, as you saw, a Caucasian guy. He produced a TV show called Good Times. Now, you can probably see the background right here. These are the characters in Good Times. Oh, yeah. So, now this would feature a black family in the Chicago housing project and their trials and tribulations, as well as the raising of some very colorful personalities in their 3 children. A lot of y'all probably know about JJ and Dynamite, right? So although this was a show about black people and having a black writer in, you know, the guy by the name of Eric Monty, let's see if we can find a picture of Eric Monty. This Eric Monty right here. Okay, this is one of the writers. Before we really get into it, this is one of the writers right here. Eric Monty, as you can see, clearly a black guy, right? So, although this show was about black people and having a black writer in Eric Monty, it was clear that in some of the episodes, the depiction of what was very typical of black life and interaction at that time, it was far, far off the mark, begging many of those who watched this show to say, where did y'all get this idea from? Huh? Now, Esther Rolle. Esther Rolle, who is this lady right here, right behind this gentleman, Esther Rolle, the woman who portrayed Florida Evans, stated that she was against the direction that Norman Lear, I showed this picture earlier, she was against the direction that Norman Lear wanted to take the show. Because he wanted to make the show about a single black mother in the hood. You know, but because Esther Rolle, we saw Esther Rolle, this woman right here, because Esther Rolle in real life was raised by a strong father in the household, she was adamant about having a father in the household on the show. She argued with him to have a husband at her side and a father for the children in the household on the show. Now, that father was played by John Amos. Who is John Amos? This is John Amos, the man in this picture. John Amos, he portrayed the character James Evans, right? Well, he was ultimately killed off of the show, right? Due to his protest about the incessant coonery and buffoonery, that was being written into the script. Now, Norman Lear, the White Knight, he decided that he was unamused by John Amos's protest for a positive image of a black family life. So he chose to have him killed off instead. Pow. Well, it really was a car accident or whatever, right? A work accident, something. But, so for this analysis, I will dig into 3 different episodes of Good Times. I want to see if black people can vouch for the behavior that and we were witness. Now, though there is a black writer, there is a non-black producer that has the final say, right? And as many music artists under major labels, they've given their account. They say, it's the same thing. The money man determines the content. Oh, wait a minute. This is too positive. No, we need more shucking and jiving. Woohoo! Huh? I saw that film, How to Sell the Negro. So, trust me. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, well, we'll be the judge of that. Now, the first and second video that we'll check out, this will highlight an aspect of the relationship dynamic, between the black man and black woman. So remember, whether we, you, or anyone likes it or not, television and media communicates your ethnic image to the world at large. It is how your narrative is perceived. And it is how you will be perceived initially, should you even drum up the courage to speak out loud to set the record straight. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's see if there's any folks here. No one in the chat. Well, hello guys in the chat, if you are. Let's get into it. Okay. Now, this first video, I want to ask, especially black men. Please tell me, black men, do you find yourself, even and black women, definitely, black women too, I want to know your father as a black man, or you as a black man, or anyone that had a black father, or is a black father, or a black husband. Is this the behavior, this how you would act in a black household? And is this how you would act as the wife of a black man in front of your children? Everything. Just check it out. Let's see what you got to say.
Good evening. Is Mrs. Evans in?
Yeah?
Mr. Harris.
Who is this?
Remember what I told you this afternoon? It's Oscar.
Who is this?
Does anybody notice anything? Is it just me? Or did anybody notice from get-go? I'm going to narrate everything that goes wrong in this thing. 1 second. I'll be right back.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just happened to be passing by this florist, and I saw those Japanese tea roses. It reminded me of this afternoon, and I just couldn't resist buying them.
Now, who is this? What's going on, and what happened this afternoon?
Nothing. We just had lunch together.
This annoyed me to no return. I said, okay, if you're going to communicate a black image to the world at large, an ethnic image to the world at large about the way that black families function, the first and foremost thing is you got to write it correctly. Because listen, first of all, okay, I'm sick and tired of having to answer these questions for other people that come, hey man, why is it that black people do this? Well, first of all, black people don't do this. Well, I mean, it's on the show. Okay, a show that you watched? It goes to show just how important art is in the way that you're perceived. Let's check out what went wrong.
Good evening. Is Mrs. Evans in?
Yeah?
Mr. Harris.
Who is this?
What man walks past the man of the house? Straight past him to go and approach his wife. Because his wife said, oh, Mr. Harris. This blew my mind when I saw this. I was highly upset. I was like, wait a minute. Come on, man, James Evans. James Evans, bro, you always got your nostrils flaring. It means, bro, you a very intimidating man. But this right here, I didn't like this episode because it turned him into a cuckold. Anybody that don't know what cuckold is, look it up. This turned James Evans, one of the strongest black men that, we looked up to. We looked at James Evans as a very strong black man. He reminds me of my dad. When I was like, man, he reminds me a lot about my dad. But this episode, it turned him into kind of a cuckold. No man walks up to another man's house and he says, yes, your wife here. And then when his wife says his name, hey, Mr. Harris, you walk past the man walking into his house. This right here is violation. This will never happen in black society. Never. Let's keep going.
Remember what I told you this afternoon? It's Oscar.
Who is this?
Man, keep asking, who is this? Who is this? In his own house? In his own house. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Is this what we're communicating to the world? Now, this man walks in with flowers. Now, I know where I'm from. I know what happened. I know what happened. Look, New Orleans. Anybody from New Orleans? Anybody from Black America? Come on, really. Would this ever happen? The depiction of the black family is saying, he's turning the strong man into a cuckold. Huh.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I just happened to be passing by this florist, and I saw those Japanese tea roses. It reminded me of this afternoon, and I just couldn't resist buying them.
Now, who is this? What's going on, and what happened this afternoon?
The man can't even get answers. Bruh, would your daddy be doing this? Is this an example of your black daddy?
Nothing. We just had lunch together, that's all.
Lunch?
James, this is Oscar Harris, the head of my department. Oscar, this is my husband, James.
Hello.
Now, why did she grab that man's hand? Why did she grab the man's hand? Bro, this is blowing my doggone mind. This is violation 101. Grab the man's hand. Bro, when I saw this, I was livid, and I like good times. I was like, why y'all doing this to James Evans, this strong black man, turning him into a little weakling? Oh, you'll find out. Because, they have a reason for why they're doing this. Let's go.
And these are my children. That's Michael, Thelma, and JJ.
Hello. Hey.
Yeah, very handsome-looking group.
Well, what can I say?
Boy, Thelma. Woo! Thelma. That's all I got to say.
I just love these flowers. Thelma, will you put them in some water for me, please?
There is something in the envelope for you, too.
Oh.
Excuse me.
A tin whistle.
I had to buy 25 boxes of Cracker Jacks before I found one. Go ahead, try it. See what it sounds like.
All right.
What's going on here? Hold up. What you cheesing for?
It's just as I remembered.
Somebody want to tell me what the hell's going on around here?
At lunch today, Oscar and I were talking about the carnival, and I was saying how when I was a kid, I had one of these tin whistles, but I lost it, and I never could find another one like it.
Now, why?
Let me ask you something. Fellas, would you consider this as violation? In any capacity? How would you feel in this situation? Would you feel played? Ladies, please tell me, is this acceptable? Would you find this in black society, especially when this was made in the 70s? Is this the way that black families were? Interesting.
Can you tell me? I'd have bought you a whistle.
Oh, but no, James, you can't buy them. You have to get them out of the Cracker Jacks.
Well, somebody tell me something. What were you two doing having lunch in the first place?
Celebrating finishing the inventory.
We had a wonderful time once your wife got comfortable on the floor.
Did what? What you talking about, Willis? Let's keep going.
You want to run that by me again?
James, it was a Japanese restaurant.
Now, let him get to the point.
Now I understand. Oh, butterfly. La 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 la.
Sitting behind him,
We
man.
were just about to sit down to dinner. Would you care to join us?
We ain't got enough food.
Now, right there, what woman would invite another man to another man's table? Hey, you wanna stay for dinner? Without even asking the husband, would this have existed in black society at this time? Whose narrative are you telling? When I saw this, I said, oh, no way. This is not black society. There's no way a man as strong as a James Evans? James Evans? Man, look, everybody was scared of James Evans. Black men had a way better, I'll say, a way better respect for people's household at that time. You don't even step in the house. You don't even step past the threshold. The most that people would probably do is stick a foot in the door jamb. That was an old salesman tactic back in those days, to kind of prevent them from shutting the door, so you can get your sales pitch off. But to walk into a man's house past the man to go to his wife is unheard of. Let's see, what did it say? Yeah, you're right. What is that? I don't know, planet. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is. This is one of the reasons that he did, but John Amos didn't get out of there. John Amos was relieved of his duties. John Amos he has an interview where he's speaking and he says, I came to Norman Lear, which I addressed in my opening monologue. He went to Norman Lear, who is the producer, who is a white guy. Because there's a black writer, so he can't even speak to the black writer. Why didn't he go talk to the black writer? Because the black writer didn't make the decisions. The black writer just put words to the idea. He just put a script to the ideas. But the producer was a white guy by the name of Norman Lear. Well, John Amos went to him and spoke to him about the coonery and buffoonery. He wanted to get more into black positivity, because you have to remember, this is during a time that it was afros, bell bottoms, black and proud. There was some heavy blackness going on. I mean, and he wanted to portray more of a black positivity. I mean, this is back even when Bill Cosby was doing black empowerment things, right? Well, when he spoke to Norman Lear about that, Norman Lear was like, well, sorry for you. Nothing's going to change. And he had him killed off. Like, well, if you don't like it, we're going to have you killed off. Bye. Hung the phone up. John Amos is on record saying, well, he didn't have as much of, something to the effect of saying he didn't have as much of sway as he thought that he did. Because they let him go. They killed him off without question. So yeah, these are parts of the contention that he had. Some of this content that they're putting in here, it's like, this is not black life. But anyway, I want you to pay attention to the relationship dynamic in these two videos. This one and the next one. Pay attention to the relationship dynamic between him and his wife. See if you can recognize this as part of black society. Hey, I appreciate you, Planet. That's what's up. That's what's up. Wasn't expecting this content today. Hey, you're gonna get it today. Now, check this out. Pay attention to the relationship dynamic and how they are portrayed to one another. The black wife the black husband. Look at this scene. Look at how he's interacting. Look at how she's interacting. And pay attention. Remember it. Keep it in your memory bank. Because the second video, I want you to take notice of something. Here we go.
No thanks. I have another engagement.
Good.
It was nice meeting you all.
Yes.
Good night.
I'll see you to the door.
I see you outside the door.
No woman walks a man to the door without the presence of her husband. He's not family. This would never happen in black society. Let's keep going.
Florida, I hope you enjoy the whistle.
Oh, I will, and thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Now, you ready to tell me about this right now?
Now that's accurate. That part, I'll say that's more authentic. Here we go.
James, you don't have to shout.
I think we better get lost for a little while.
Tom, I want to stay. This is getting interesting.
Come on. You two chaps there, James.
Florida. Now, what is it? Because if it's what I think it is, I'm going to pluck that turkey feather by feather.
James, are you jealous?
Are you jealous? Watch.
Who? Me? No, of course not.
I wish you were.
What you mean by that?
Well, maybe then I'll feel that you think of me as something more than somebody to sew a button on your shirt. Somebody that you think of as a woman.
Well, Florida, how you think I think of you?
When was the last time you made me feel like a woman?
Feel like a woman.
How about night before last?
James, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about treating me the way a woman likes to be treated.
Right here. Now, this right here, this feelings, this feeling, she highlighted it. She wanted him to be jealous, so she was using this man and being all sorts of inappropriate, which she understood would make her husband jealous. She understood it would make him jealous and blah, blah, blah. You don't treat me like a lady. Now, let me tell you something. This did not exist back when my grandmother, let me tell you something. He got out there and busted his behind. It worked. She didn't have to work a day in her life. She didn't have to work after he passed. He set her up really nicely. This idea of, well, you don't treat me like a lady. What are you talking about? This man works. This man is doing. Okay, look. Pay attention to that dynamic. Now let's go on to the second video. Here we go. Pay attention to this dynamic between him and his wife and whoever this lady is. I think they said her name is Judy Pace. Here we go.
Sure looks good. Do you mind if I warm up a little bit?
No,
Now that is accurate. That's accurate. I do see a black man doing that.
have mercy. Miss Jackson,
Oh, I sure hate to think about that drive all the way back.
yeah.
Oh, this is just too cozy. You know something? Huh? You're a better looking dude than Charlie.
Notice how he's acting. He keeps looking around, looking back. Now this lady here is obviously a flirt. I want you to pay attention to his behavior when he's not. I'm not going to say anything. Here we go.
Look here, Miss Jackson.
Oh, you can call me Gloria.
Gloria. I think it's only right that I tell you I'm a married man.
Oh, congratulations.
What I mean to say is that my phone call is down at the wife next.
Now, one thing that I will say about this interaction is, yeah, he's letting the lady get comfortable. Okay, but he is letting her know, hey, I'm married. You know, he's an older guy. He's like, you know, it feels good to kind of, be, you know, flirted with a little bit. But let's keep going. I want you to pay attention to something.
My wife is down at the phone booth making a call, and she'll be back any minute.
Well, that's the way it goes. Don't worry, sugar. I'll split. Ooh, that fire's getting just a little bit too low.
Honey, I spoke to the kids.
Now look at this. He's nowhere around her. Nowhere near the lady. Right? Way back there.